Welcome to 30 Minutes with WRC4. This is the fourth game in Milestones series of WRC FIA World Rally Championship games. Now this is the first one for me on the PC. The previous three I had on the 360. As you can see, they've gone for a more realistic look to and feel to the front end of the game, which is no bad thing, and hopefully they're going to continue with this in terms of having a more realistic look and feel to the game rather than going down a arcade route. Anyway, let's go in and have a look at what we get. Now unfortunately, for whatever reason, we no longer have the WRC score that they've had in the previous games. It's a shame really, because I did enjoy and like that, but there is, not sure if it's in options, whoops, there is a video tutorial which takes you over the very basics of what you see on your screen in terms of the HUD and everything. But let's just go through. We have quick stage, which is just takes you into a random stage with a random car. Rally mode, let's go into this. You've got single stage, single rally and championship. Career, which I'll touch on in a minute. Multiplayer, you've got online and hot seat. Hot seat I think is for up to 4 people. Okay, so let's have a look at rally mode. So we'll do a single stage. So as you can see, these are all the rallies. You've got Monte Carlo, Sweden, Mexico, Portugal, Argentina, Greece, Italy, Finland, Germany, Australia, France, Spain, Great Britain. You get these nice pictures and difficulty levels, and if we go into one, let's pick one I haven't really done yet, Portugal. You can see that you've got a nice bit of information about the stage. You've got the length, you've got the difficulty level, you've got the type of terrain that you're going to be driving on. In this case it's 92% sandy gravel and 8% dry gravel. Let's just go ahead and do this. Again, you've got a picture of part of the rally stage, and you can see on the left we can choose noon, dawn, dusk or random, and if we flip down you can see that it shows you what the lighting is going to be like. So we'll do noon for the sake of this video. So we can choose whether we want to use an WRC car, WRC2, WRC3 or a junior WRC. Let's just go through and we'll pick the Mini. Everything loads up pretty quickly, and this is the sort of garage trailer area that you're seeing in game. You've got the information again, it just brings up again about the stage. Start race, car settings. Got a rather nice graphic of the car showing what you're going to change, and it's a fairly simple sidebar to modify with a simplistic information on the right hand side of what the changes will do. Can save if you want, but we're just going to keep it to standard. There is a repair as well. So let's just go in and start the race.
The red dust of Portugal is typical of the gravel surface in the Algarve.
Now this is the same for all the rally stages, and also when you first go into the game and enter any of the menu options, you get a nice verbal description of what the game is about, which is a nice thing that they've done for this version. Certainly I was a bit concerned at buying this after WRC 3. WRC 3, the gameplay was good, I enjoyed it, but it was just the way it was, the presentation. Now I didn't mind the drawings that were used for the menus. It was just the 80s style driver character depictions that made me cringe, I suppose. No, I think I've only got a very average PC, but I do think the graphics are very nice. Now you'll have to excuse me, there's a lot of dead air while I drive. I realise the frame rate isn't very good, but that's because I've got my recording software going on in the background, which is cutting me down from usually about 28 frames a second to about 15 on average.
Then left 3 into right 4, keep middle. Right 5, long and hairpin left. 40, hairpin right. Left 4 and right 3. 40, hairpin left.
I'm not using a steering wheel, I'm using my 360 controller as usual.
Don't cut into left 2 and right 2, open. Left 5 and right 2 into left 4 and right 4.
Now I suppose the thing is,
Right 5.
if you have the other games, do you really want to buy this? Well, if you're a rally fan, then you probably will get this anyway, and I don't think you'll be disappointed, especially if you enjoyed to any extent the previous games in this series. If you're a casual gamer on this sort of game and you haven't bought the other ones, well, this is the best in the series, I think, despite the fact that they are missing a few features I would have liked to have seen. If you've got the previous ones and you are not too sure, it's difficult to say. I'm sure you'll see plenty of videos of people with critiques on this game. I mean, overall for me, I find this game very nice, and I'm looking forward to actually playing it. Unlike the previous 3 games where I thought, yes, I like this, and I kept picking it up from time to time, but they never really caught me enough to desire to go back to this game, especially as this comes out roughly at the same time as the F1 games from Codemasters, and F1 took priority with me, but this time I am sorely challenged on which one I want to play, and I must say my mind is almost made up with this game rather than F1. That's not to say I won't be playing the F1 game, I will, but I can see myself playing this an awful lot more than the other 3 versions of this put together.
Then hairpin right, 100. Drop inside. Right 3. Then left 4 into right 4. left 4, into right 3. Hairpin left, 100. 14, finish.
Okay, so there we are, finished. Now we get the usual replay, restart, confirm. So let's just go into the replay, and you've got the usual controls, fast forward and backwards, so we can come back with this. Move forwards. It's all very nice, but one feature we are still missing from this game. We cannot save our replays. This is the 4th version and we still can't save our replays. I know it's not a biggie, but you know, I do miss that feature. Now the other thing for me, and I'm sure people will be sort of answering this video and saying, oh, it's dead easy to do, but it's if we go into this mode, which is taking a photograph. Now we've got all the controls, shifting around, and say I've positioned it nicely like this. This is the photo I want to take. I have absolutely no idea what button to press to actually take a photograph. Now I've been pressing buttons all over the place and checking in the normal places to see if the photograph has been taken, but nothing. I don't know what button to press, and it seems rather crazy that they've got this feature to take photos, and yes, they did have it in the previous games, and again I couldn't work out which button to press for in those. But what button do you press? It seems silly to me. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at career mode. I'll start a new one. I've not gone very far in this one. I was going to restart anyway. Again, it's very nice having all these real videos and pictures and everything. It adds to the immersion of the whole game, which is good. It's very good. So again, here we go. You do, when you first pick your go into career, you have to pick different people to play different roles within your team. Not quite the way it was in WRC 2, as I recall. So far, it's a little bit more simplistic than that.
You can't call yourself a real driver until you've signed.
So here we can
It is impossible for
pick
any young driver to get
one of
signed
3
up for the
teams.
entire season straight away.
As I said, as you can hear, you've got this
Offers from
information
teams
being
interested in giving you an opportunity
spoken to you.
appear here. You can rest and organise your driving activities in your headquarters.
As you can see, it's the normal sort of office type affair. You've got the car and the information there, you've got emails, you've got the rally calendar.
With all your upcoming commitments. Use the television to check championship standings, and when you want to take a break from driving, you can read the latest news from the world of the WRC on your tablet.
Standings and latest news. Sorry, I forgot what they were. So emails, it's the normal thing like we usually see. You've got team principal and he sent me SGs, personal manager and co-driver. I'm not too worried about that. Crew info. Just a little bit of information about the car itself. Oops, sorry, went a bit too far.
Before each rally, your team will inform you.
So let's start on the first stage. I'm not going to show you the whole stage running through. Just going to see how it actually feels. So here we are, as we saw before. Car settings, no repairs. That's nice, it's a little bit of information, and you have your name inserted in there on some of the stages after you've been driving a little bit. You've got the basic stage information.
The German event is mostly driven on asphalt roads, but there are some short passages on more uneven.
Let's just carry on.
Then left 3, then right 3, very long, 43, then right 3.
One thing I'd like to say that I've noticed on driving a few of the stages that I've done so far is that there's a little bit more refinement to how you can control the car. Yes, it is still pretty much throwing it around, but some places where you look, and in the other versions and maybe in other rally games, you would tend to just keep your finger on the trigger all the way down, or the foot on the accelerator all the way down. You can't get away with that so much in this game. In that way, it's moving a little bit towards the Richard Burns rally.
Left 4, then left 3, then right into left 3. Finish.
And there we have it. So I'm sorry if this is another short 30 minutes look, but the idea behind these videos is to not go over 30 minutes. But to see you out, I'd just like to maybe pad this video out with a stage that I did earlier, which is Australia, with the Valor stage. Thanks very much for watching.